Satanists have an affinity towards the exceptions rather than the rules, the abnormalities in favor of the normal. And I think that shows in the aesthetic. We like to see the bizarre and the obscure and the hidden. That is where you find the best art.
Bridge Street in Salem, an old Victorian house, once a funeral home. Now the new headquarters for the Satanic Temple, according to their website, a nationally recognized religious and political group.
The Satanic Temple is a non-theistic religious organization. We renounce supernaturalism, but we still feel that we are every bit as much a religious entity as any other religious entity, and we fight for our deeply held values.
We are Satanists. We engender moral, spiritual, and sexual freedom, personal independence, and insist upon personal choice in all things.
Art and aesthetics is very important to modern Satanism. And I think that's due in no small part to us renouncing supernaturalism and viewing our religion as a metaphorical construct. It's a declaration of personal independence.
I use satanic imagery in my work to talk about the imbalance of power within our country, within gender, within sexualities. The attraction to Satan is one of the ultimate rebel. The one that wants to work against order, the authority, so to speak, of Yahweh, of God. Baphomet is a humanoid, typically goat-headed figure. When I was a Christian, this image was so jarring to me. It was so complex with all that strange coded meanings behind the torch and the hands and the gestures and the phallus and the breasts and the hooves. And it becomes this dump of esoteric religious imagery onto this one image that shows us the reconciliation of opposites, the yin yang. The piece behind me is the devil's kiss. This is what was purported that witches would have to do in order to show their allegiance to Satan. I very much love the dialogue of racialization of Satan throughout history. He was given an aquiline nose to represent very Semitic features. And he was also given blue skin or black skin to represent that as well. And so it was kind of Europe's interpretation of being anti-Semitic and also anti-black. So Satan is, in modern incarnation, is less of this biblical figure and more of this like, well, we think this group of people are the devil. But in my world, he has power. And so he's enjoying the hell out of it.
Baphomet sculpture was conceived when the Satanic Temple decided that we wanted to offer a satanic monument to complement and contrast a Ten Commandments monument that was replaced on the Capitol grounds in Oklahoma City. We wanted something that would commemorate the victims of the many witch hunts that helped inform us of how to run a better secular legal system.
Baphomet is this ultimate symbol of redemption, which I see it as, is this, it'll show us this rebalancing.
This granite statue of the Ten Commandments renewing the debate over the separation of church and state. Despite efforts to keep it on Capitol grounds, the Oklahoma Supreme Court ruling it unconstitutional.
Satanism will never be a religion that tries to lead people to believe that if they convert to this one single point of view, that the world will be a better place, because Satanism is the one religion that views that as a destructive frame of mind. And we embrace the fact that we live in a world where there's multiple differing points of view.
Good people of Arkansas and supporters of religious liberty, I present to you Baphomet.
The statue itself has these children like they're flocking to Satan. You know, we want our children to get to heaven. don't want them in hell for all eternity.
And led by their co-founder, Lucien Greaves. Today, they're in Arkansas to protest at the state capitol in the name of constitutional rights. The monument depicts Baphomet, an anthropomorphized winged goat figure associated with occult and mystical traditions, with 2 children at his feet. Republicans' belief in the devil is one of their tactics. They harness the power of satanic imagery and symbolism in dramatic public demonstrations to draw attention to their left-wing causes.
Our very next speaker I know is long awaited by many of you, myself included, so I won't make you wait any longer. It is my pleasure to introduce Lucien Greaves.
Thank you. Good people of Arkansas and supporters of religious liberty, I present to you Baphomet. A symbol of pluralism, legal equality, tolerance, free inquiry, freedom of conscience, and reconciliation. Baphomet, on the same grounds as the Ten Commandments, does not represent a conflict, but a resolution.
What would you say to some of the people here today who are terrified of you guys because they think the gates of hell are going to open and infect all their children with the devil?
Dive in and give it a try. It's not that bad.
The foundation of Satanism is built upon the self and carrying out the devil's work. Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Hi, my name is Zeke Apollyon, and I am the chapter head for the Satanic Temple, London and UK. Welcome. I think what attracted me most to Satanism was just, I think, how preposterous a lot of stuff that was coming from people who call themselves Christians. These people are extremists. They're religious extremists, that use Christianity to kind of further their extremism. Some of these people have blood on their hands. And so I figured if they could do horrible things in the name of Jesus, then I could do wonderful things in the name of Satan. It's so liberating. It is so liberating. I don't think I've ever felt as in my own skin as I do as a Satanist, because part of it is looking at ugly sides of yourself and being able to sort of reconcile that, and looking at ugly sides of humanity. Satanism, it's been a philosophy or a way of life for people for a very long time. For me, Satanism is really about not letting myself off the hook, and I believe, for me, that being a Satanist is about trying to continually advocate for people, especially people who aren't able to advocate for themselves. You could definitely go much worse than to use those things as your way to kind of move forward. Every day. In fact, somebody is probably right now asking us to put them in touch with the devil. People ask for riches. They ask if we can allow them access to the Illuminati. Some of the weirdest interactions are people who send us satanic prayers. People will sometimes ask us to pass on messages to the devil. And I'm like, we're not the devil's answering service. Satanism is a love affair with the self. Actually, I think one of the things that the Satanic Temple wants to do is actually sponsor an orgy. We do. But, like, we would be there as people who would fold the towels, and we would make sure that there was enough, like, condoms and lube, and we would, like, provide sex education. You know, a lot of us are trained. Some of us are medics. And what we would do is facilitate what would be, like, a safe, consensual group sex practice for people, and it would benefit something.
I'm gonna find out who's lactating today.
I am a lactator, honey.